Hey guys, welcome to the next video. So finally, our character doesn't look like it came out of a nightmare. We're in a good spot right now. Let me do a quick save just to make sure, in case we get a crash or something. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start sculpting the nose and the mouth. So let's start with the nose. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do select direct again, and I'm gonna select this area of the character so that I can focus only on this part. I'm gonna turn everything off and turn the eyes back on. Now, what's this going to allow me? Well, it's going to allow me to only see what I need to see, which is the curvature here. Now, how deep I want the curvature depends on how kind of feminine I want her to look. Let me grab a little bit more of her head, like so. But we can push this a little bit more, just to get a little bit more juvenile look to her. We're gonna move this again. Remember that we usually see a little bit of the upper side of her. Sorry, the lower side of her nose. Now, the important thing about the nose is that even though we might want to have like a very round looking nose, we do need to mark a little bit of the planes that the nose has. And one way to do that is I'm gonna grab my clay brush, clay buildup. I'm gonna carve here on the sides. And I carve a little bit in the direction of the folds that we were talking about, the nasolabial fold and the eye fold that we have there. And that's going to allow me to give the nose a little bit more depth. Because remember, if we go back to our characters here, our reference, let me see if we can find a side view real quick. I think we have I thought we had a side view there. Give me just a second. There we go. You can see that there is a distance in the nose right there. Hopefully you can see a little bit of my mouth. Let me see. There you go. There is a distance, and that's one of the mistakes that people make. They do not give the characters enough distance there, and I don't want to make that mistake. So I'm gonna either push the nose a little bit higher, like so, keeping the same curvature, but just pushing it further away from the base of the head, or carving a little bit more here. Same here on the upper side of the eyebrow. There is a little bit of a dip there, so just carve a little bit there. That'll give us a more interesting looking face. Faces are amazing. I mean, they're really cool to sculpt and they're really fun, but they are full of so many fine details and changes in form that not until you've done this several times will you fully understand how even the most minimal detail changes the way the face looks completely. Again, light are going to be very important here. For instance, I'm going to do like a side light here so that I can see how deep the shadow is in the nose. Now, if I follow corner of the mouth, we're good. I even though we're good in the tear ducts, I might want to push them a little bit more here so that I can push this closer. I'm gonna grab my clay buildup and add a little bit of volume there. Remember that it kind of blends into the tip of the nose, like so. And with Damien Standard, I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna divide this like so. Same thing with as what we have with the boobs and the butt. We need to add that. We need to make sure that it doesn't look like it's just blending, but rather that it's folding. We're gonna push here, soften that, and with a clay buildup, we can really carve there. Doesn't matter if it's not super deep. Again, some people like to really bring the nostrils in. It's not necessary because you can just paint the shadow and it's gonna look okay, but you just need to have enough volume there. Check our reference, or one of our references, see the W. Let's see if we got it in our character. It's almost there. I think it's a little bit too narrow now. So let's bring it out a little bit, like so. There we go. Let me grab all of this area now. Again, see how just by isolating that horrible mouth that we have right now, everything starts looking nicer. So don't listen to parts that are not ready yet. I'm gonna carve there a little bit, We're gonna be working on that next. And now we add the nasolabial fold right here. Again, don't go overboard, because if it's super detailed, what's gonna happen is gonna start looking old. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna start adding a little bit of volume here. When I mentioned the eyes, we have a little bit of a fold here from the eyes. Again, soften that up, but leave it so that it gives us form, and like we understand there's a cavity beneath that, like so. See that? Very simple. Again, I could push subdivision levels higher, and that will give me way more detail to work with, but I don't want to do that just yet. I'm gonna go into three-quarter view, and what I'm doing here is I'm looking at this side, even though I'm sculpting in this side, because I want to add the volume so that I get that nice looking sharp angle here with a zygomatic, like so. So I'm just adding this and smooth. Again, add and smooth. Face is a lot of add and smooth, add and smooth. That's gonna give you the what's its name? Like happy little accidents that are gonna give you layers. Layers. That's what the word I was looking for. It will give you layers of interesting forms and interesting volumes that are gonna make everything look way more natural. I will confess though, doing these kind of faces, like young faces that don't really have any wrinkles or any changes or big changes in form, those are the different things. One of the things that's gonna help a lot is once we hit like wrinkles and we start adding a couple of pores and that stuff, that's gonna really bring everything together, because right now young faces don't really have a lot of shapes or change in form, and that really makes it difficult to sculpt stuff. If you wanna practice like very obvious forms, do old faces. Old faces have all the muscle we've talked about and all the details that we've been looking at. Those are very easy to pinpoint, and they are very easy to add into our characters. Yeah, it's looking nice. I'm gonna get rid of a little bit of volume here beneath the zygomatic, just a little bit, and soften. There, that's a nice change in planes. Okay, now let's go with the mouth. See how everything is looking really nice? Again, I'm gonna go real back to give you nightmares real quick. This is what we have. Even further back. Let's see if we don't crash ZBrush. There we go. We got like Mr. Death there. Super horrible. And we got like the mummy. And now we're at this point. Still not perfect, but way better. Forms are at least there. And the overall areas of our character are starting to look nicer for us. This is not the end. I would say we're only like 20% done with the face. There's gonna be more videos here of me polishing the face so that we get a very nice, pretty looking character out of it. But the basics are there. Think of it like building the mannequin. Then after we're done with the mannequin, then we can start building the personality, the actress. It's just the base mesh, pretty much, starting from scratch. Now let's go to the lips. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna isolate all of this lower portion. Let's get rid of this. And in this case, we don't need the eyes, so we can just focus on this. Let's focus on the upper lips first. And one of the things that we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to separate pretty much the upper lips from the lower lips. And the way we're gonna do it is actually very simple. I'm gonna grab this area right here. Let's invert selection. Oh. I'm gonna go into my visibility menu right here. I'm gonna grow. What grow is gonna do is pretty much go the next line of polygroups, like so. See how it's kind of picking everything there. So I pretty much got all my lower lip ready there. I'm gonna grab select lasso. I'm gonna get rid of all of this information. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Let's soften that guy. There you go. There's gonna be a lot of overlap here. It's pretty normal. Yeah, I think that works for now. I'm gonna do group visible, and that way I can work on the upper lips without having to worry about the lower lips. What I can do here is I can send this to the other side. Let's group visible again. There we go. There you go. So I can work on this area without having to worry about the lower lips. The way we're gonna do this is first I'm gonna do the Cupid's bow. So I'm just gonna use Damien Standard to draw the shape of my lips, like so. They're too low, so let me draw them further up, like so. There we go. That's a better placement. I'm gonna use clay buildup to complete the philtrum or fulcrum. And this is the part where things start looking nice, because I'm gonna push the lips so that I get that nice looking curvature. See that? But not only there, I need to kind of push all of the mouth. The mouth, it's like a U shape. That's another mistake people make a lot when they first start. They make the mouth very flat, similar to what we have on the eyes, that we need to give them the roundness that they deserve. Same thing for the mouth. So make sure to give enough U-shaped volume to the mouth. Now I'm gonna come here with the clay buildup. I'm gonna start adding the roundness of the upper lips. Remember that it's like an M shape, so we're gonna have like a main volume here on the upper lip, on the main upper lip, like so, and then we're gonna have like wings on the sides here, like so. There we go, that's looking nice. Again, nice curvature there, nice, it's negative and then positive, so it's working nice. Of course, if we show the lower lip, it's not gonna look as nice, but it's getting there. Now we can select the lower lip, or actually what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna select this, mask it, invert the selection, and this way I can work on the lower lip without having any worries. And what I can do now is I can slightly open the mouth. We can do the jaw thing just slightly. Now what I'm seeing here is that my jaw seems to be, or my mouth seems to be rather far to the front, so we need to bring it slightly back, like so. There's gonna be a lot of masking and back and forth here and there, changing one thing and ruining the other one. It's normal, but again, you'll thank me later, because once we do retopology with this stuff, it's gonna be way easier. This is where the lower lip will come. Again, we need to take care or be mindful of the stepping of the lower lip. And the lower lip will pretty much go inside the upper lip. Careful here with the volumes. If you're having this, I get my back face masking. Where is it? I always have it right here. Did I change it? Huh. I usually have a button with the back face masking in my UI. It seems like I got rid of it or something. But just to make sure that if you're sculpting here on the front, you're not moving anything here on the back. I'll give it more volume there. Again, so that, see that? That's the back face working against me. You can just activate it here on the brush, auto masking, and then back face mask. The only issue is that it's per brush, so you'll need to activate it for every brush you use. I usually just, or one of the brushes I use the most, you know, it's this one, so that's fine for now. Okay, so this is working nicely. Smooth that out. Again, we don't need that much detail because we got the teeth, and the teeth have the gums and everything, just for it to be nice. Beneath this one, or I'm gonna use my Damien Standard to give the border. Again, the border is where it changes from the type of skin, from you know, like normal skin to the smushy, moisty type of skin that we have on our lips. There we go. Those are looking nice. I'm gonna add the pit beneath the lips right here, and I'm gonna add the volume again that kind of merges with the lower lips, smooth, softly, so that we don't lose that border. And chin is looking nice. I think that's a nice looking chin. Let's see how it looks with the upper lip. Much better. See, that's looking way better. Now what we need to do is we need to start fixing the corner of the mouth. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use the inflat brush to kind of close that corner of the mouth a little bit. I feel like my corner of the mouth is way too wide, so I'm just gonna grab my move brush. We can go a couple of subdivisions down here, maybe not that many. Whoa. Let's isolate the head so it's easier to work. Oh my god. There you go. Let's go one more level. That should be good. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab this corner of the mouth, and it seems like the polygons are way too stressed there. So I'm just gonna give them a little bit of a relaxation. Now again, remember that we mentioned that the upper lip, it's gonna pretty much create like the puppet lines here with the rest of the mouth. Gonna bring the mouth back just a tad. And now is where we can isolate this mask, soften the mask. Softening the mask is always going to be the best option, and slightly open the mouth. See there? Way better, right? Way better. And if we turn on the teeth should be in a good spot. You can see there that we're seeing mostly, oh, it seems like they're a little bit, oh yeah, they're a little bit way too high. Let me grab my girl again. Let's turn on transparency, and let's select teeth. Oh, select the teeth. Remember, upper teeth need to be pretty much in line with the upper lip, so something like that. Let's turn off transparency and see. Yeah, that looks way better. See, it looks like a normal mouth now. Of course, there's a lot of things we can do still to make this look even prettier, even nicer. Something very easy and very obvious, just inflate lips a little bit, almost nothing, like so. We're gonna bring the corners of the mouth slightly back. And the lips, I'm gonna give them a little bit more of a W shape. So I'm gonna bring this down and give them a little bit more perkiness here on the tips, like so. So we got nose, upper lip, lower lip, chin, and the chin has that nice looking stuff right there. Let's turn on the eyes and see how we're doing. Okay, everything seems to be in order. Now this is the perfect spot. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, we're doing good on time. Running a little bit long, but that's fine. I know you guys can handle this. This is part of the important parts of our character. Let's keep adding just this. It's not really important for us to pay a lot of attention there, because again, we're gonna have the hair. Let's add the hair and see how it looks. It's looking better. And this is a perfect spot to check the overall proportions, because one of the things you're gonna notice is that probably your head is gonna be either way too short or way too big, like way too small or way too big. So if any of those conditions happens, this is the perfect time to adjust the size of the head. And let me give you an example. Let's say I look at my head, and right now I don't think it's out of proportion. We can do, remember, we had the check. Let's do it officially. So let's go preferences. Oh, let's do from the chin to the top of the head, roughly there. So it's preferences, transpose units, and let's change the calibration distance to 1. There we go. So technically, let's turn off the foot here so it allows us to measure. Technically, our character should be 8 heads tall. And right now, it's 8.4 heads tall. So that means something's off. How are we gonna know? Well, we're just gonna measure. So again, from the top of the head, let's go to the bottom of the crotch. And those should be foreheads. Are we? It seems like we're a little bit above foreheads. It's not that bad, actually. It makes her look a little bit taller. But then why are we at eight heads? That's weird. I mean, based on our line right here, it says that we're above 8 heads. Not by much. Maybe it's the heels. Remember that we usually have heels for females. Maybe that's the extra head that I'm not counting on. But I feel like she looks proportionate. Doesn't look too out of place. So we're gonna keep moving with her like this, and even if we see that something's off later on, we'll just adjust. Everything right now seems pretty good. And right now, again, we're not finished. We're nowhere near finished with our high sculpture. We're pretty much, well, actually now, I would say we're about 60 or 70% done with our high poly body. The only thing that we need to work now, it's on the head. We have everything pretty much blocked in. We got the eyes blocked in, the nose blocked in, the lips blocked in. We're missing the ears, but I'm not gonna worry too much about them until the very end. But now we need to make her pretty. Everything is there. She looks like a mannequin now. Everything's proportionate. The general planes of the face are there. It's time for us to move on and make her pretty. It's gonna take a little while, and that's the next part of the videos. It's gonna be more hands-on sculpture, no more theory, just a little comparison here and there with reference. But other than that, it's just fun in sculpting. So my suggestion to you guys, do not move any further until you get your character up to this point. You need to have every single muscle there, every single proportion, all your fingers, all your specific areas, in this case the breasts, the butt, ears, nose, eyes, mouth, everything has to be there, okay? Once you got this, then we move into the fun part, the artistic part, where we move all of this stuff into a prettier state, okay? So I wish you guys the best of luck in your sculpting progress. Don't rush, take your time. Do as many adjustments as you want in this face. I will be doing a couple of adjustments off camera, nothing in regards to the face, more in regards to a couple of muscles here and there. I will pinpoint those out for you before we begin the next phase, but just keep going, guys. Don't get, or keep your motivation up, keep working, and just enjoy it. It's a fun process. It's a fun experience. Just keep learning, and as long as you're having fun and you're learning, I guarantee that you will improve as an artist. Anyway, best of luck, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.